Hi, my name's Dawn, and this is the story of how I met my fiance, Andrew. I was at a wedding, and I sat next to this couple, and they were kind of young and hip and good looking and kind of seemed like the kinds of people I would be friends with, and we struck up a conversation, and I said to the woman, "You I would actually let set me up. People always want to set me up, but you I would actually allow." And she thought about it for a while, and she said, "I have somebody for you." She said something like, "If I weren't married to my husband, I would go out with this man. You should go out with him." And she pulled out her Blackberry on the spot at the wedding at like 12:30 on a Saturday night and starts messaging Andrew like, "You have to meet this girl." And she's saying, "What's your phone number?" And she's like giving it all to him right there.
My Blackberry buzzed and it said, "I want to fix you up with this woman who looks a little bit like Jennifer Connelly." And that got my attention. And the next day I sent Dawn an email and we set up a date. It was on the Upper West Side.
I was tough in dating. Like, I'm from the South and I was tough. Like, the guy had to come near me. He had to like either come pick me up or meet me somewhere in my neighborhood.
You were about 5 minutes late. Not enough that I even noticed it, but like just enough that like for a split second I wondered if I would get stood up. That's a natural blind date thing.
I don't remember that, but I'm sure I did that on purpose so I wasn't there first.
Right, I was definitely there first.
I made a joke or two, icebreaker stuff that I had tried on dates before, you know, just telling a joke, and she was not that impressed. And so I liked that. It made me think harder, work harder, and realize that this was not going to be easy.
I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, love at first sight, and I think it took me a year to really know that I was going to marry him. I was not having a good time at my job, and I really almost took this job across the country, and he was like, "We'll work it out." I think we'd been dating a year, and he was just like, "We'll work it out, and I'll come visit you, and you do what you have to do." And then as soon as he said, you know, do what you have to do, then I didn't want to leave.
We had been dating for 2 years. I proposed on a quiet reservoir road in Columbia County where my grandfather used to take me when I was young. There was no one else around. It was a cloudy day in May. My palms were really sweaty. I was super nervous. I remember my heart was pounding. And I was a little bit clumsy because I forgot to take the ring out of the trunk of the car before we went. So I had to get out of the car and say, "I have something for you in the trunk." And so she sort of knew it was coming.
And he said, "Close your eyes," and then I opened my eyes and he's down on one knee, and it had been raining, so he's down on one knee in the mud. And he holds out the ring and the box is closed. And I was very romantic. I said, "Now? Oh my God, now? Are you doing this now? Oh my God." Because you always say the most romantic thing at the right time.
And I remember you got into the car and you held my hand and you were like, your palms are so sweaty. What's the matter with you?
They're sweaty now.
But what's funny about it is you told me that you thought in the back of your mind, or even in the front of your mind when we planned that weekend, that you thought I might propose. And yet you hold my hand and you're like, "Dude, your palms are sweaty. What's the matter with you?"